Do you want to learn how to create a gorgeous fall wreath farmhouse style step by step and on a very small budget? Keep watching. Hello everyone, I am Ramon. Welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because I'm gonna show you how to create a gorgeous fall wreath farmhouse style on a small budget. I'm gonna give you step by step on how to create this gorgeous fall wreath, and it's very reminiscent of last week's centerpiece farmhouse style. If you have not seen this centerpiece, I'm gonna link it down below, but it was absolutely easy to make and it was so pretty. I'll show you a whole tablescape. I had so much fun putting that video together. Well, today I'm gonna show you how to make a matching wreath, because if you know me, you know that I like to have cohesive looks all throughout the home. And if you want to see more farmhouse style decorating ideas for the fall season, be sure to leave the hashtag farmhouse style in the comment section below. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and while you're subscribing, don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you're notified about every single update. Right now we're uploading brand new videos every Wednesday and Saturday to help you create something beautiful. Alright, before we get started, I want to give you all the materials we're going to use. For our greeneries, I'm going to use some of these maple leaves. I'm also going to use a bundle of eucalyptus. I'm going to use 3 bundles of lamb's ear from Walmart. I'm gonna use 3 bundles of olive from Walmart. I'm also gonna use 5 of these picks with the little pumpkin berries, olive, and this corn husk material. I also love these guys right here. They're under $2 at Walmart right now. So if you like this farmhouse style, I really recommend you go get some. I'm also gonna use some of these pumpkins and gourds from Hobby Lobby. And as I mentioned on the centerpiece before, I also love these ones because they already come with this stem that we need to insert into our wreath. And for our flower, we're gonna use this gorgeous sunflower from Walmart. And if you guys know, I'm obsessed with this flower. It is a very neutral color and it's very representative of the farmhouse style. And I think this is going to look very good with our selection of ribbons. I am gonna use this little cutout that is made out of galvanized metal from Hobby Lobby, and it says welcome. And for our ribbons, what I'm going to use is this really pretty black and white check, as well as some of this burlap. This is about a 2-inch and this is 1.5 inch, and I think they're perfect together. Also very representative of the farmhouse style. For my tools, I'm gonna use some florist tape in brown, and you can find this at any local craft store. I'm gonna use a 18 gauge wire to make our hanger. I'm gonna use 2 22 gauge wire to attach our sign. I'm gonna use my wire cutters and my scissors. And to attach our bow, I really recommend to get some of these zip ties. They really come in handy, and any crafter should just have a whole bunch of these zip ties, and you guys will see why. Alright, so now that you know all the materials we're gonna be needing for this fabulous farmhouse style wreath for fall, it's time to get started. Alright everyone, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna make the bow for our wreath. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab my plaid ribbon, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop it on the floor. And I'm gonna grab my burlap ribbon. I'm also gonna drop it on the floor. Now I want the burlap ribbon to be on the background because I want this check to be on the forefront. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give this a little tail, probably as long as the wreath, about that long. Actually a little longer because we want to make sure that we can manipulate them. But actually I just want this check ribbon to be the tails, because we only have 9 feet of this ribbon right here, the burlap ribbon. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and just give it a shorter tail like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut my ribbon. If you've been following this channel, you know that what I like to do is I like to go ahead and cut my tails, and then I like to put them to the side, and that way I can work with the rest of my ribbon. So I'm gonna cut another shorter tail for the burlap. So these are gonna be my tails. I'm gonna put it right here to the side. Once I have my tails cut, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start with my bow. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right here with the burlap on the back. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a tail, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pinch right here. And then I'm gonna start with my bow, and I'm gonna be about, I wanna say about 6-inch loops. Then we're going to pinch right here. We're gonna twist. And I have a full tutorial on how to make bows, but every time I recommend this video, I like to tell you guys that it was one of my favorite videos, so it is very loud on the music. I was learning how to edit videos back in the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another bow right here. So I'm gonna do probably about 4 only. I don't want it to be too too big of a bow because I'm gonna show you a trick on how to add separate bows and tails. So make sure that you stay for that. All right, so I'm gonna cut right here, and I'm gonna cut probably about this much, which is probably about a foot long, and I'm gonna go ahead and put another shorter tail right here, and then I'm gonna cut. Then I'm gonna bring my tails that I had, and I'm gonna join them right here, like this. Then I'm gonna grab my zip tie, and I'm gonna zip tie all of this together. Super easy. If you wanna see it more in detail, like I said, there's a video I'm gonna put on the link on the description box right now, so you can go back and watch it, and you can learn how to make a bow. Now, before I pull all the way through, what I need to do is you need to grab a wire, and you're gonna pull through, and this wire is gonna be what's gonna help us attach to the reed. Now we can really pull really tight. Then with my wire cutters, I like to cut the excess, like so. And just like that, you just fluff your little bow. Make sure that you dovetail all of your ends all the time, because you want your wreath to look finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that, like this, and then you can separate them, but we'll do that at the end. So I think I want my bow to be more like on the side than in the middle, because I really want the florals to show and the plaque to show. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here to the side, and I'm gonna take this guy out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attach it, making sure that this is right here in the center and that it's very tight so it doesn't fall out. And if you guys have not seen the centerpiece, I'm gonna put it on the description box. If you've seen the centerpiece, I wanna know what you think about it. I thought it was super cute, and that's when I came up with the idea of making the matching wreath, because you guys know that I like to have cohesive looks when we're decorating the home. Okay, so then I'm gonna cut the excess of this wire, like that. And once we've attached the wire, what we can do is go back there and fluff, but we'll do it at the end. Right now, we're gonna forget about the bow. We're not gonna worry about it, because like I said, I'm gonna show you how to add other tails and other things. So right now, forget that the bow is there. We just had to do that first step. All right, so the second step is going to be to attach the little plaque. And to do that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put my tails to the back, like that. I'm gonna bring our sign, and I'll be right back with you. All right, everyone, so as you can see, I brought my galvanized welcome sign, and I absolutely love this thing. It was under $14, 40% off at Hobby Lobby, and it has these scallops right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab two 22 gauge wires, and I'm gonna put them through the scallop right here, and then I'm going to attach right here to the side very tightly, and I'm gonna be very careful so I can do both at the same time. So just pull through the scallop right here, and go ahead and pull to the side, pull really tightly, wire it together. And you can always just cut the excess right here, push that wire down, and I'm gonna do the same over here. Thumbs up if you guys like this farmhouse style decorating. If you wanna see more of this farmhouse style fall crafts, be sure to leave the hashtag farmhouse down in the comment section below, so I know that you are interested in more of this style, because I'm more of a traditional person. But if you guys want to see more of this, then I'm gonna make sure that you guys get more ideas. All right, so then one last thing that I need to do before we start with the florals, and it's going to be to attach our hanger. So to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and grab an 18 gauge wire, and I'm gonna grab my tape, and I've shown you guys how to do this. And the reason why you want to do this is because that way it won't scratch your door. You have something that it will be scratchable, like wood or glass. You want to make sure that you cover any wire with tape, and it's super easy. All you do is just cover it with your tape, and then also protects your finger so it doesn't hurt. I'm gonna unhang this right here. Then I'm gonna go just right here from the top, hold those tails down. I'm gonna go right here from the top, and I'm gonna poke like this, and then I'm gonna bring it up a little bit further, and then you're going to attach this together. Make sure you just make it very tight. Then you're gonna go ahead and pull down like this, and you do the same. And that gives you a hanger for your door. And we're just gonna go ahead and put that right there. All right, so these tails are gonna be on the way right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull them right here. Like I tell you, we're gonna worry about the bow at the end. The very first greenery I'm going to add is going to be some of these eucalyptus, and I really recommend you get your hot glue pan and glue them so we can go ahead and dip into the glue and just start attaching. Now, if you guys been following this channel, you know that what happens on the right has to happen on the left. What goes up must come down. That is the best tip I can give you. And so we're gonna do the exact same thing with our greenery here in our wreath. So we're gonna pull one to the right and up, and one to the left and down. Now, here's another tip I can give you. If you want this to be attached, what you can do is bend this guy right here, make it like a hook. Then you pull it into your grapevine and it'll hook into something and it won't come out. So that's another tip, florist tip I can give you. So that's as far out as I want to build my greenery. So now what I'm going to do, so I'm gonna go back with some of this olive and I'm gonna start up here. And remember, one up and one down, like this. We're gonna continue, one up. And what we're trying to do is just basically cover some of this grapevine, but because this is a farmhouse style wreath, we want to make sure that we see some of the grapevine. We don't want to cover all of it because it will just add to the rusticness of the design. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a third one right here. Unlike any other wreath where we'll have to try and cover most of the wreath, with the farmhouse style, you want it to be a little bit more rustic looking. So we don't want to cover all of it. We want to give it some air. That's what we say in the industry. I'm gonna go up here. And I'm gonna add one last one right here that's going to help us elongate our shape like that. All right, so then what I'm gonna come in with is some of these limbs here, and this is gonna really give us some girth into our wreath. So make sure that you go in to the form. And then what I like about these limbs here from Walmart is because it's very pliable, and as you can see, it really does help, and then you can just bend it up so you can shape it any way you want. The only downside is it really sheds a little bit. You can feel it on your fingers. So I'm gonna go right here with another one. And actually I could just stop right here. You know, it looks very chic and very pretty. So I'm gonna add one more right here. But because we are Ramon at home, you know, we have to continue to add some elements. I'm gonna go back here. Don't forget to go back. And as you guys know, I like to always keep some for the end so that I can readjust some of the things that we're doing. All right, so I'm gonna get all of my picks ready and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, everyone, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my tails down because I need to do some work. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set them right here and we'll get to work with them in a minute. But what I want to show you is these picks that I absolutely love. You guys love them on the centerpiece as well. These guys are some of my favorite thing. I love the color on the pumpkin and all of the elements, but we really have to make sure that we fluff them. And it comes with this pick right here that we can go ahead and insert. And we're gonna start right here, making sure that we really go into the form. And I'm gonna go ahead and add another one, but not without fluffing, because we don't want our elements to look like they just came out of a box. We want to make sure that we give them some life. I'm gonna go ahead and add this right here. So pretty. Like I said, we'll adjust, so don't. You know, my ex-boss, one of my bosses when I worked at a flower shop, used to always tell him, well, you know, it gets ugly before it gets pretty. And his work was always just magnificent, but he was right. It always had to like go through an ugly, duckly stage before it got really beautiful. All right, so we have 3. I think I'm gonna add one more down here, like that. And that little pumpkin really just adds enough. I'm gonna save one for the end so we can adjust and do some other things with them. All right, so then I'm gonna come in with my sunflower, but I think at this point we need to kind of start playing with this bow. So I'm gonna go ahead and fluff it a little bit, separate those tails to make sure that we have enough tails. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull probably one of the longest one, the short one over this side. And I'm gonna put it right here, and then I'm gonna split this guy right here. Fluffing is crucial when you're making any arrangement with a bow, because it really can make or break your craft. So you have to make sure that you fluff, fluff, fluff. Then of course one needs to go up. So we're gonna put one up, and then we're gonna put another one of these burlap up, because they'll be adjusted up. This guy right here that is short, we need to dovetail, because if I come to anyone's door and the ribbons are not dovetailed, and I've done it in the past, I'll ask for a pair of scissors and I'll start dovetailing the ribbons and explain why, of course. Then I'm gonna bring one here, Then I'm gonna bring this guy over here as well. And we're just gonna set him here because we'll do a trick with him later. Then these two very long ones, I'm gonna show you something. What you need to do with these two long ones, first of all, I need to make sure that I put him the right way. This one goes that way. This guy right here, I'm gonna do a loop like this. Then I'm gonna go right here and I'm gonna attach to the wreath form, okay? Now I'm gonna make a knot right here, like this. Then you weave in the rest of your ribbon and then you're going to dovetail the end, like that. And then you just go ahead and fluff right here. You want this cute little knot so it looks like it just got caught on the wind. So I'm gonna do the same with this guy right here. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little give, put it right here. I'm gonna go all the way through right here, my galvanized sign, pull my tail, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just make a knot right here. Pull a little tight so you see the knot, and then we're gonna cut on a dovetail, like so. All right, and so for these ones right here, I wanna show you a trick. I want you guys to give it a little loop like that. Then you're going to pinch right here. Then you're gonna grab a screwdriver or something with a pick. You're gonna grab right here and you're just gonna pull through the grapevine. And that'll give you two more loops, look at that. So you can just do that and then make sure you dovetail the ends so they look finished. I just wanted to show you that trick because I love doing that when I worked at the flower shop. All right, so on this one right here, I'm gonna make a loop. I'm gonna pinch, then I'm gonna come down right here. And then with my little screwdriver, I'm gonna go ahead and poke. Look at that. And it just gives you two more tails. And we're gonna go ahead and dovetail. Right here. As I was saying, I love showing you guys all the tricks that I learned over 12 years of working in the flower industry. Because I feel like anyone can create something beautiful in their home. So look how cute that is. It just gives you even more loops and tails, and I absolutely love it. I love the little knot. If you guys enjoy these tips, leave me the hashtag tip so I know that you want to learn more, because I really believe that everyone can create something beautiful like this. All right, so far so good. We're done with the ribbon. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab some of my beautiful sunflowers and I'm gonna cut them a little bit shorter, and I wanna tuck them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna come right here with one. I'm gonna poke and really just push, and look how gorgeous that is. Oh my God. All right, I wanna come back here. I feel like I need one right here. And what I liked about these sunflowers is because the wire is really strong, so you can really move that head and position it anywhere you want. Then I feel like we need one up here on the top, so I'm gonna grab a shorter one and move my things right here. Make sure I go through the grapevine. Then you can move that head like this. You can position them anywhere you want, and I feel like we need one right here. So I'm gonna grab, probably this is the shortest one, I'm gonna give it another cut. Always adjust, don't be afraid to cut your flowers. Look how cute that is. Oh my God, I love this one. I'm gonna have to keep this one for my door. I know my mom is gonna want it, so we'll probably have to swap. All right, so far it's super cute. I'm gonna do another sunflower here, so we have the famous set of 3. Let me see, sometimes you have to pull back. Yeah, I'm gonna stick it in here, going down like that, and look at that. It gives you the set of 3 and the set of 2. It's all about balance. Then I have these super cute, really tiny daisy mums that I am in love with. And this is what's gonna give us our flyaways. And be sure to give them a little bend like this. This came from Shinoda Design Center. And I also love them. Like I said, just they represent the sunflowers so well. But look what's gonna do is really going to extend that all the way to here without having to have another big flower. It just gives it that continuity to the wreath without having to add another big sunflower, so it keeps it on the airy side. And I'm gonna add one right here on the top, and look at that. And what I like about this one is because the foliage on this, it kind of looks old and withered, and I think that's very rustic looking, so I love it for the farmhouse style. All right, so I'm gonna add one right here. Oh, that is so cute. I'm gonna add one more right here. All right, so I'm going to continue to add some of these really cute sunflower looking mums. Look at that. So pretty. I'm gonna add one more right here. I adore this. All right, I'm gonna stop right here. You know, I love to say, stop while you're ahead, and we're gonna stop right here. However, I feel like we do need some more loops over here, and I wanna show you this trick that I'm super excited about. All right, so what I want you to do is you're gonna grab some of your check ribbon and we're gonna dovetail it. And then we're gonna grab some of our burlap ribbon. We're also going to dovetail it, and then we're gonna do probably about, I would say 6 to 7 inches. And I'm gonna do a few of them. So I'm gonna do one there. I'm gonna dovetail them both together. And I'm gonna cut right here. And then I'm gonna do one more for the bottom, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut right here. Then what I want you to do is grab some of your wires with the stake with a little wire, and what we're going to do is we're gonna grab this little tail. We're going to pinch like this. We're gonna grab our wire stake. You can swirl that around, and then it gives you some extra tails. You can just split them like this, and then you're gonna go ahead and add those tails right here. And look at that, it just gives you extra tails, and I love this trick because it really adds extra character to your wreath, which when you're making a beautiful wreath like this, that's why you want some character. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one over here to the very bottom. Just make sure you insert onto your grapevine like that, and look at that. And I have one more that I'm going to add. Pinch right here, basically. Grab one of your stakes, and then just wire this to the stake. Now these you can find at any of your local craft stores. Shinoda also has them. And just so you guys know, they can ship anything that I'm using from Shinoda. You can call them and they'll ship it to you. So go ahead and give them a call. I'm gonna add this guy right here. And look at that. How cute is that? All right, everyone, so we have 2 items left, some of this fall foliage and our pumpkins. So I'm gonna start with our fall foliage right here. And I just wanna add a little touch to it to kind of highlight all of the elements that we've added. By adding some of these darker elements, you really help to highlight like the limbs here, right here, by just adding a little touch of this. As you can see, it really just helps it make it and feel more fall. So I'm not gonna use a lot. I'm just gonna go ahead and use just a few, poking through like this. Because like I said, you don't need a whole bunch of it. You don't wanna make it any darker than it already is. But you do want to add that little touch of fall to it. So I'm gonna add one more right here. And I think that's gonna be it for that. But it does add that little fall feeling to it. Then what I'm going to do is I have 3 of these pumpkins. So I'm gonna start with a little pumpkin, and I'm gonna go ahead and open my bow right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and add it, poking through the grapevine, making sure that it goes through the grapevine and go down like that. And it really complements the sunflower. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one of these gourds right here, going through the grapevine. Make sure that you make it flat like that. And I'm gonna add this 3rd one back here on the top. So I wanna explain something real quick. When you have 3 elements and they're smaller like this, you wanna make sure that they remain grouped somehow because they show better than if you were to put it over here, then they don't show as much as they do by grouping them together like this. As you can see, you can give it a little bend like that so it shows. All right, so I'm finished adding all of the elements. I'm gonna put this in my front door and I'll show you what that looks like. Keep watching. As you guys can see, creating your very own gorgeous full farmhouse style wreath was so easy, and I absolutely love the way this turned out. If you have not seen the matching centerpiece for this wreath, I'm gonna link it down below, and actually I'm gonna put it on the iCard right now so you can go check it out next. It was very reminiscent of this with a galvanized container, and I just absolutely love it. And I cannot wait to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what do you think about this farmhouse style decorating for fall. And if you wanna see more ideas like this, be sure to leave the hashtag farmhouse down in the comment section below. All right, well, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share with a friend. Invite them to come and join this channel for future decorating and seasonal decor ideas. I cannot wait to show you guys what's next. Consider subscribing and you can watch more videos right now. Thank you guys, and until next time, bye. If you are new to this channel, I want to take a second to welcome you and invite you to subscribe for future decorating ideas by hitting this button down here. And if you already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you're notified about every single full update. We're going to be uploading videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. And if you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watch this one right here. And there's going to be a full playlist of all of our full videos down here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.